AfroSenju has responded to the Imran and globku beef. Is it really beef? Not really. It's more like steak. Like, you know them steaks, the thin ones that kind of break apart real fast? AfroSenju had said, y'all got to ease up on this Bleach gang life LMAO. He's definitely instigating. He's not serious. Do not take the bait, guys. Now, before we get into this full matter, I want you guys to go ahead and hit the subscribe button on this channel. I will be dropping a Bleach Rebirth the Souls breakdown video for the gameplay we got, as well as breaking down the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero gameplay trailer we got. I haven't been making a lot of Sparking Zero videos, mostly because I have not been at my computer, but I'm back now, so we're gonna get into that. So subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on that. AfroSenju had responded to Imran and said, y'all gotta ease up on this Bleach gang life. This is kind of adding back to when James Hansen said some shade shit to Afro, but in that circumstance, Hansen is saying that that is bad blood between the two over the years, so I don't know. Afro sometimes tweets out he's just having a good time. He's not doing anything harmful. It's just, it is what it is. Imran luckily did not say anything crazy. He said there's no gang life, it's just basics. Nobody pulls this with Naruto with terms like Jutsu or Chakra, or Dragon Ball with Zenkai and Ki. If you don't know what Ryatsu, Reishi, or Konpaku are, the least you could do is find out. Your audience will want to know what it is, otherwise it's just lazy coverage, and he's right. As a creator, some of your jobs that's unwritten is to have integrity. Be fair to your audience. Give them the details. If you're a news company and you're not giving people all the details and you're being disingenuous, it's gonna show. Or you're gonna create a group of people who are misinformed and are going to move a certain way. I can bring up various examples of how misinformation can cause people to behave a certain way, though let's keep it very simple. Pretty much, if people get the wrong idea about this Bleach game, they're going to be less willing to interact with it, buy it, get the merchandise, everything about the game. We, as the Bleach fans, want this game to do well because we would like to see more Bleach games get made in the near future versus not the far off future to where we're all grandparents and we're like, I can't wait to play the next Bleach game. We want a Bleach game. So hearing globku say the whole thing about the words thing, it's like, it's such a nitpick because you didn't take the time to have an understanding of stuff that it's like, what, yo, what was the point, right? And then for Afro to kind of chime in and say the Bleach gang life, y'all gotta ease up on that shit. It's like, stay in your own lane, bro. Like, not this one. The Hanson one, okay, but this one, get out of here, right? And I'm not the only one who has that energy, right? Because some people had responded to Afro on his tweet under Imran's tweet, and they're like, bro, y'all didn't have the same energy with some other shit. One person says, so a fandom should stay blind if when he's saying the terms are made up in the trailer when they're literally a part of the canon. Another person is like, yo, Bleach, get serious, be ready to die. Another person says, I don't get you lot. If it wasn't Bleach in a show you liked, you would be acting different. Another person said, nah, we not going hard enough. Another person says, you really do like to instigate, don't you? Another person says, I don't know if this is gatekeeping. He literally says to be better. Another person says, gotta disagree on this one, Afro. Another person said it, globku was out of pocket on this one, not gonna lie. And another person says, you finally get a good game. You finally get a game with a good dev who cares enough to use the terms used in the manga, an anime, and you get a YouTuber review say they making shit up. Least you could say is you don't remember what it means, not assume that they're making words up. Another person said, bro's about to evolve into his Bankai and turn into Imran Hansen. I thought that was funny. I ain't gonna lie. It was funny, but it was corny, right? So it seems like some people were just like, nah, Afro, no, or just in general like, nah, what globku said, no, he ain't now. Nope, buddy, try again. So I personally think Afro should not have added to the context, because then there's more. Imran had said what he said. Then some other people said what they said. The way people cover the mechanics in the game affects how people view the game. So if people say stuff is made up or make it seem complex instead of explaining it, it'll get a bad rep for no good reason. It ain't gatekeeping or gang life to say be a responsible creator, and that's what I basically agree with. As a creator, you have to be responsible. Even if you didn't want to have that responsibility, you need to, because if not, then hey, go ahead and be one of those other creators. No one's going to take your opinion pieces serious because you don't have integrity. Not throwing shade at anybody, but just in general. Then another person says gang life. I don't think correcting someone who doesn't know the most basic terms of Bleach is anything related to gang life. As a content creator, you are responsible for misinformation you feed to your community, and all the fandom does to stop that. And then another person says, Afro the #1 instigator. Now, here's the thing. This all stems from how the Bleach community were toxic during the Dark Ages, which is the time frame in which case the manga ended, there was no anime announcement, and they were getting bad rep. After this started and then the series and stuff came back, people started saying Bleach fans were being toxic, whatever. Now we're talking about a video game, right? And somehow the people are still being air quotes toxic about a video game. It's not the case. But again, I see it from this standpoint. People saw what Afro was saying. They added their 2 cents. Now speaking of toxicity, I think this might take the cake of something being very toxic, and it kind of brings us back to the table. Was Imran really being a toxic Bleach fan in comparison to some things that we see here? Now somebody posted under his thread on Twitter, and they said this is him, by the way, referring to globku. And in it, it says globku's got added, don't let them talk about you like this. Now this was in April of 2022, so opinions could change. But he says, what is it now? ... I do not get into any beef unless you have 10k plus followers. Lower number, lesser person. Hold that. Now, hearing that lower number, lesser person would probably make you just think, wow, globku think he better than these people. He think he sit on some type of throne. Now, to quickly dissect it, it's pretty much saying that I'm not trying to give attention to people who have low numbers because I don't want to accidentally create a super villain. I'm not doing that. Nah, we good. But then again, at the same time, if people are going to argue tonality and tone of something, couldn't the tone of this message give the impression that globku think he better than these smaller creators? Or just smaller people, and he ain't even going to give them the time of day because of that? But see how we start arguing that? It gets stupid. Basically, I personally think, going back to the first video I did, globku kind of, and other people kind of feeling like, yo, he said this XYZ. I feel like if you felt like his tone was off, but you didn't get the message, that's your problem. Do your freaking research. So I do have a question for you guys to answer. Do you think what Imran was saying is justified? Do you believe that creators need to have integrity? They should do proper research before covering stuff? Because if you do disagree with them, then I would say, why do you disagree with companies like IGN when they review things and they sometimes say wrong things? Same thing with Kotaku. Why are people getting upset with these companies, but they're not getting upset with globku or some other people? Now again, I do see the discourse where people aren't agreeing with what globku's saying, so clearly there is people upset. How come it's not being justified on that sense, but with the companies like IGN and Kotaku with the reviews, it is justified to pretty much throw water at them and say, nah, be quiet, bro. Y'all need to do better. Give me your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Makai San. As I said before, make sure you guys are subscribed. We will be dropping a Bleach gameplay breakdown for Ichigo, Rukia, and Uryu, so you don't want to miss out on that. I'll catch you guys later.